What up? What up? It is Wednesday, April 13th, and we are bringing you fantasy news today. We got a bunch of news to cover. We're talking Derek Carr. We're going to bring up Dwayne Haskins. We're going to be talking the Washington Commanders and the stupid shit that they've been doing. But yeah, here we go. Wednesday, April 13th, FNT. Let's do it.
Run that intro.
As I make my way, the fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame. It's no surprise I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to waste. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
Anywhere in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your work sure would help a lot.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of East Side.
Oh, yeah. What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at ya.
Hey, my name is Bogard Scott.
Yeah. And we
That's one of the weaker ones I came up with on the spot.
And we are bringing you fantasy news today, April 13th. We got a bunch of news to talk about. Let me shout out the peeps who are already in the building. What up, Dion?
What up, Dion?
Devin in the building. What up, bro?
Devon.
Antonio in the building. What up?
Antonio.
Yeah, Spencer the Guru in the building.
Guru Nation.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, myself, Bogard, and Spencer the Guru, we are bringing you some Dynasty talk. We got some videos. They should be dropping tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. We got 2 dope episodes for you. We're going to be talking about some players who may or may not be over the hill, and we get to shit on some players, and it's a whole change my mind episode. We got some guys in mind who we really don't like, and it's up to everyone else to change our mind. So be on the lookout. It's coming out Thursday and Friday.
I really take a dump on the guys that I don't like. Pause.
Me too. I love it. It was fun. It was fun. And what up, David P? What up, Crispy One? It's going down.
What up?
All right. First thing we got to talk about. We're just gonna touch on it real quick. I mean, it's something that happened over the weekend, so it's been a few days, but Dwayne Haskins struck by a vehicle in South Florida and passed away.
Man, you know what's crazy, bro? Is a lot of people shit on him just because of his football play in the NFL.
Yeah.
But like he was heralded coming out of Ohio, and then he had the dreaded Ohio QBs don't translate to the league. And it was sad that it kind of worked. It worked against him because it was true. You know, maybe if he was in a different system, maybe the story's different. And then he actually went to the second chance maker, Mike Tomlin. He's a guy that, we just saw him, give Dwayne Haskins an opportunity to perhaps, still prove that he's that round one QB, that everyone's shitting on. He also gave second chance to Brian Flores while everyone's shitting on him. So I felt like Pittsburgh was a good place where he could perhaps revive his career as a backup, get some good word around his name, and then maybe even go the Marcus Mariota route and eventually become like a bridge QB somewhere that can still get a starting job. You know what I mean? And with all that said, people also found other ways to shit on him. Like, remember when COVID was in full effect, or it's still in full effect, but when it was the quarantine times and he would go out to the strip club with no mask on and then Coach Rivera was like, fuck that. And then eventually they just cut his ass. You know what I mean? And he's just kind of been a joke, but man, he probably seems like a dude I would hang out with, bro. Going to the strip club, you know what I mean? Ain't taking no shit from nobody. You know what I mean? As a human being, he was probably awesome, man. And It's way too young, man. Like if a motherfucker died at 50, that's too young. So you know what I mean? Just condolences to him and his fam, and that's my piece.
Yeah, and I mean Adam Schefter. I mean, I know he's not writing like official obituaries or anything, but everyone looks at the tweets that he makes, and I mean, I know he came out and apologized. But if you're writing an obituary on someone, you wouldn't say how good or bad. Well, you may say how good they were at their job, but you probably wouldn't say how bad they are at their job. Like no matter what, like there's no reason for that. So Shefty deserved all the heat that he got, and he came out and apologized. Like it was just
Shefty, not because you were saying Adam Rank.
Oh no, I thought I said Shefty.
Okay, yeah. It was definitely Shefty because I was like, "What? Adam Rank was shitting on him too."
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, my bad. It's live. I didn't even realize that. But yeah, Shefty, that's who we're talking about, saying that he was struggling, to find his way in Pittsburgh or something that was loosely worded that way. But yeah, 25 years old. Like, come on. I mean, that's just so damn young. Like Bogey said, even 50 is too young. But yeah, 25, man. He had so much life ahead of him. Football aside.
Yeah, man, and hopefully, like it just sucks, man, because I apparently like he ran out of gas. Is that what the story is?
I believe so. Like what's really crazy about this? Okay, I swear this is within a couple days of each other. So there's like I don't know if it's a semi-pro football team or like something like that. Just like a local
fan controlled.
No, it's the San Diego Silver Dogs. I don't know what league they're actually a part of, but there was a player who he was changing his tire on the freeway and got clipped by a car.
So
within days of Dwayne Haskins, the same shit happening to him.
So I mean, shout out to Hess. Remember, he was saying like, even for like people that work on the roads and all kind of shit, like it don't matter what kind of reflectors and all that shit, human error is still a real thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, motherfuckers could be they're smashing in a 2-ton, vessel going fucking hella miles an hour looking at a phone. You know what I mean? They do it like second nature. And then something that's you're not used to seeing, like a dude just hopping out of his car, maybe on the shoulder. And like I actually have a story like this. Rest in peace to my Ninong Larry, man. As one of my dad's good buddies, he was also married. He was also married into the family, like, you know what I mean? So he was related, just not blood related, right?
Right.
So I love this guy. He was hilarious, bro. Just a hell of a good time. And he retired in Vegas, and it was just raining, uncontrolled, like just crazy rain. He's on the freeway, getting off the off ramp, and you live in Vegas now, so you might be able to attest to this. He's coming off the off ramp, and these shoulders are real tiny. And because it was raining, somebody hit the brakes. Everyone starts to brake. Somebody rear ends him. He pulls off. The person that rear ended him passed him. Then they pulled off. He goes to pull off, and when he got out the car, he just got struck by someone passing by. You know what I mean? And like, I mean, these shoulders are dummies. They're dummy small in that particular Vegas highway. I mean, is that just how it is in Vegas? Like.
Yeah, there's like no shoulders. There's a lot of construction, going on, and everyone's driving fast as hell. I mean, if you think like California's bad with the way people drive, like, man, in Vegas, like everyone's going somewhere fast, and you already know that there's a good chance that somebody had a drink somewhere, whatever they were doing. So you add that all in, like, yeah.
I mean, we just saw the Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
He was going, like 90 or like 120 something? It was something ridiculous in the streets.
Yeah. Yeah, not even on the freeway.
No. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, everybody just be safe, man. You know what I mean? Like, literally keep your head on the swivel. Like, I call it the Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? Because Russell Wilson, to me, I used to laugh because he remember that was when they still considered 6 feet tall, small for a QB.
Right.
He'd be in that pocket just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just keeping that head all the way on the swivel, bro. Like, because, I mean, that's a metaphor for life, man. Just everybody be safe, man. Preserve life.
Yeah, and Antonio, he's working out here in these streets, and he said, I almost got hit a couple times working by dumbasses. I believe it, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, be safe out there, birthday twin.
All right, well, let's switch gears. So let's talk about the Las Vegas Raiders and Derek Carr getting a bag. 3 years, 121 mil, 121.5 mil. Sorry, I don't want to shortchange him. Now that he's a $40 million man, I feel like This is going to be like an average-ish contract for like QB2s, like, I mean, maybe high QB1, low QB1s, high QB2s. And that's what he's really being paid as right now. Cause we go 3 years down the road, 40 mil might be a discount,
Yeah,
on some
so
of these QBs.
extending him now, it was smart organizationally because first of all, he's only 31, and like you don't have to, you extend him now, you're not waiting till his existing contract is up and he wants to reset the market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
hold on. Derek Carr is never going to reset the fucking market.
I mean, he doesn't need to because, like, bro, he's so happy to get this deal.
Hell yeah.
Because he's been out of pocket even before football funding his mascara line. He's been blowing up in the black market, and now he could really cross over where he can invest some real money, bro, because his eyeliner and mascara is top notch, bro.
And it's crazy because, like, you go back a couple years and, like, we were thinking Derek Carr could get traded. They may want to get rid of his ass. And I mean, those are the Chucky
a couple
days.
weeks ago. A couple weeks ago, even.
Until they got Adams. And once they got Adams, and Adams like, nah, man, he's my boy. That's why I'm coming here. Like, then the Raiders, you're forced to love him. He's a part of the family. Like, at that point, like,
hey, they didn't even like him until Adams came and told him, like, listen, nah, he's a good dude. They're like, word? They're like, all he talks about is mascara, and like how like he's only playing football to get his mascara line off the ground.
And so now he's under contract through 2025.
Well, you know what? If I ever got the privilege of meeting him, I would be like, let me hold something, bro.
Just go to him like Debo, start patting his pockets and shit.
For real, bro. I just see you signed that contract. Let me hold something.
Now, someone else who got extended, really, well, not even extended, Noah Fant. The Seahawks, they exercised, they got his 5th-year option, so the 2023, so they just went and locked that in.
He's a first round tight end, correct?
Yeah,
because they went him and then Albert O the next year in the first round, which is crazy, right? But so picking up his 5th-year option for whatever his rookie contract was, this money this year is fully guaranteed. So good for him.
Yeah, so he was picked 20th overall. So I wonder what I didn't see the what's actually like given on that 5th year, option. And who knows, they may extend him if he does good.
I mean, it might be like 5 or 6 million, maybe 3 or 4. I'm just ballparking because I don't know if I know it varies from position, and it also varies from what your agent negotiated, because once you get to that last year, whatever the number that they negotiated on, that's fully guaranteed. That's why they always try to extend. That's why the Browns, they're circa
what up,
Niners.
Anthony?
What up? But the Browns with Baker are kind of circa Niners right now, because we essentially have a $25 million backup and they have an $18 million backup with Baker because his 5th year is fully guaranteed. You know what I mean?
And here you go. So my computer's a little bit farther from me, and the font's a little bit small. But we do have what the option is. So the option is 6.85 mil. So yeah, that's definitely going to be worth it. And then they don't have to extend him until yep, there we go, Devin. Yep, damn near 7 mil, 6.85. Yeah, so that's good for him because well, I mean, I don't know if it's good for him as far as the Seahawks go, because they might be kind of bad with Drew Lock. And let's see, we got also the Falcons signed Anthony Perkser, for ex-Titans. So I doubt really much is going to come there. I mean, he's going to be more of the blocking guy. Hopefully, this just means that Kyle Pitts really isn't asked to block, too much. I get him lined up wide.
Who was this that you said got extended?
So it was no. So I did
no offense. That's right. My bad.
It was 6.85 mil.
So see, there you go. So I hit it on the head first. I said 6 or 7. So I was right there in the middle. So right there. I was right there dancing around it like a bitch.
Yeah.
So 6.5. Good for him, man. Because I mean, he has to deal with Drew Lock again. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's the least they can do for him. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
exactly. That's the least they could do.
I mean, why would you trade for the guy anyway? Like it was literally like fantasy. Like, listen, you know what? No offense to throw in. Because you know what I mean? You're gonna bring him in, and what are you gonna do? You're not gonna extend him, so you gotta pick up his 5th-year option.
Yeah. What up, Ron?
What
Yeah,
up, Ron?
Then at least they get him for 2 years instead of just the one, because they're probably gonna need him. I mean, they got to get a QB though. Definitely need to get a QB. And then Anthony Ferkser going over to the Falcons. So maybe Kyle Pitts doesn't have to block as much if they got Ferkser, because Ferkser is more of a blocking tight end.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and you know, Hayden Hurst, he moseys on. Where did he go? To the Bungles? Yeah, he went somewhere. So Hayden Hurst Helmsley leaves, and that was the first order of business. Like, look at, they have so many.
You're right.
Think about that. The Falcons have so many goddamn needs, but what do? They go out and bring over Ferkser because they run a ton of 12 personnel. That's 2 tight ends for those that don't know. You know what I mean? Plus, I love saying that any chance I get because it makes me sound like I'm smart, right? 12 personnel. You know what I mean? They run that shit about 50% of the time, anywhere from 45 to 50% of the time, I should say. You know what I mean? And yeah, we would definitely we love this because he knows the system back in Tennessee, because he was over there with Arthur Smith when he was with Vrabel. You know what I mean? So I like this. It might seem minuscule, but this actually helps out for Kyle Pitts, but
helps out Corduroy too. It helps out their run game.
Yeah, but also it's Mariota. You know what I mean? It's fucking Mariota, dude.
Well, one thing about Mariota, he only throws to the tight end.
That's a good point.
Kyle Pitts is gonna fucking eat.
I mean, Delaney Walker, then little flashes of Jonnu, and then and then it was also.
The Darren Waller game, wasn't that Darren Waller's best game of his career? Like 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, some shit like that when he played with Mariota.
Well,
it was like 1 game or 2 games.
This is exactly how it happened. So Derek Carr, he's killing it with Waller, has a touchdown with him, and then it looks like he tears his whole ball sack off. You remember this? This was the 2020 Saturday night game against was it a Thursday night game? I forget. It was a primetime game though, but
I think it was Thursday.
Yeah, so it seems like, oh my God, season-ending groin injury for Carr. And then for about 2 series, Mariota comes in, but all he does is throw to Waller, and then he also throws another touchdown with Waller. So
yeah,
that's why Waller had that big ass game. It was both of the guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But he probably wouldn't have had that big of a game if it wasn't Mariota, because Mariota only has eyes for the tight end.
Mm-hmm. So you got to get him 2 of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Kyle Pitts, I mean, I think it's going to be warranted that, that top 3, tight end pick and redraft. And in Dynasty, I mean, who knows life after Mariota? Mariota might only be there 1 year for all we know, but I bet he force feeds the shit out of Kyle Pitts.
It just sucks because I could already think of 6 games that he's going to have. It's going to be difficult for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's in division. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're getting force fed, you can still get it.
I guess Tampa Bay was literally one of the worst against the position last year. But
for a while they were, yeah.
But then they did have what's his name was absent most of the year, bro. Who was it? It was Anthony, Antoine Winfield, and Jordan Whitehead. They were hurt most of the year to begin the year, so that could have been what skewed the numbers. Either way, I'm just never gonna have Kyle Pitts, I think.
Yeah, because he's always getting drafted too high.
He's too high. Yeah.
Now, I mean, I kind of forgot about all this and how, like, I'm literally spitballing all this as it's the first time that I've really thought about this. So now, maybe who knows? Maybe things change a little bit.
I don't know. It's still Mariota. You know what I mean?
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Mariota only throws to the tight end his entire career. He doesn't throw to the wide receivers, which they have none anyways. But you got Kyle Pitts, who's a tight end, and Mariota. I bet Kyle Pitts gets like 15 targets a game. A lot of them are going to be shit.
Is this far-fetched that, like, They go get like Jameson, what's his name? Wilson. There's a guy that's who
Williams,
they're
right? Williams.
Yeah, Jameson Williams is one of the guys that they have Atlanta taking in the first round.
Right.
And then if they grab one of these running backs that fall to the second round, they could be a running ass team. Like two blocking ass tight ends, a line that's like on paper supposed to be good because you have like several former first rounders.
And we might get to see it again. We might get to see a top 10 performance again out of Corduroy Pippen.
Yeah, I mean, shit. It's gonna start off with Corduroy first. If they do draft another running back, even if they do that, Corduroy's still gonna start the year. I'll put money on that. They paid him
for sure. Yeah,
they paid him. You know what I mean?
Unless they get a running back in the first round, which I don't think they would. That's the only way you put a guy in your starting lineup like week one. Like you got to believe in him that much, and that ain't gonna happen.
And then I think like what the Falcons probably do is rock with Mariota this year, and then you know because Mariota, when you look at him, he looks like a guy that'll get you a high draft pick. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You take a real good look at him, you're like, "Yep, he's our guy." And they're gonna attack that draft class of QBs next year. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, here's a good question. What up, Lee?
What up, Lee?
He said thoughts on Debo wanting $25 million a year. Will San Fran give it to him as it's reported what he wants per year?
So before this report came out, because it really comes from somebody in his camp. Got on Twitter. It's just someone that's like affiliated with Debo out of his camp was like, "Yo, we don't if it ain't 25 million, we don't want it." And I remember before this came out, I was on this show talking about he probably should look for some like, anywhere from like 23 to 24 million because that is what Jimmy costs. And then Jimmy gets the surgery and we're stuck with Jimmy. And then we go across the deadline. Now Jimmy's 25 M's is on the books. So Debo could talk all that shit, but Debo wasn't even next in line. It's Nick Bosa. You know what I mean? If you ask me, because Shanahan is arrogant as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So there is somewhere in Shanahan's mind where he's like, my offensive system and / scouting, I can find another guy. We need to pay Nick Bosa because you only get pass rushers like that, like generational pass rushers in the top 5 picks, and you got to be shitty to do that. We're trying to win, let alone we don't even have first round picks till 2024. So paying Bosa is priority, and then Debo fucks around and has a career year in a year that he played full 17, and he's never done that either. So there's a lot of these things that you can weigh out, and he knows he can't reset the market, but 25 million, I mean, like, I think he deserves it, but I don't like it because I think like a 22 million really, maybe even 20 is what I would, and I think he would feel like disrespect. But if we want to run him as a running back, wide receiver, there's got to be some injury clause in this contract or something because this is a guy who never can stay healthy. Now he's asking for all the money, and we're using him in the most volatile ways these days.
Yep. I mean, he deserves that 25 mil bag, but I don't know if he's going to get it now from San Fran. I mean, maybe they do move on from him, but you don't have to though. Like, that's the thing. Like, I mean, he could just be an asshole and not play
hold out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
now they have those things where you lose money like every single day that you hold out. So, I mean, it's different.
The Jets, Jets. We already turned them down supposedly, right? But hey, who's to say when we get to draft day and the Jets are on the clock and we're like, we want something here. Here's Debo. And they got money to pay Debo. They were trying to get Tyreek and reset the market with him.
Right.
And then this would make a lot of sense anyway because it's Mike LaFleur. He just spent the last few years with Shanahan before they went to the Jets. You know what I mean? So it's a system fit. and you're doing what you can with a young rookie or a sophomore QB with Zach Wilson. So you have like a good 2 more years where you don't have to pay him, and then you got to put weapons around him, or you're just doing it wrong.
Yep. That would be pretty funny if Debo went to the Jets. I mean,
But here's another thing too. Why aren't we trying to do that? Keep weapons around our young QB.
You have to if you're going to try to win.
I mean, we got George Kittle, but in the small sample size with Lance under center, the motherfucker's out there blocking more than nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Debo's necessary because Ayuk, I mean, he's all right, but he's not a number one.
Here's what I think, though. I think Ayuk, with everybody else that's on the field, with Lance, he's going to be hella dangerous because if you have Kittle and Debo, and then now you have Ayuk with Lance, who can actually get it to him down the field. Lance has a big arm.
Right.
Ayuk's kind of the guy I want because he's a value also because Debo jumped up like 5 rounds in ADP from.
Yeah. Bogey in the Matrix. All right, let's see. We got some other signings here. So Troy Reader signing with the Chargers. So what's his name? Kaiser White. He ended up going over to the Eagles. And so now they got Troy Reader who's going to come in. I'm assuming that he's going to come in and start. And you got the old Rams regime there. So yeah, he fits in kind of nicely. And let's see. So yeah, Reader, he started 10 games last season, 91 total tackles, 2 interceptions, 6 tackles for loss and 4 QB hits. I mean, he was an IDP stud last year for those weeks when he was actually starting. So I think this is good for the Chargers. I mean, they got another piece and someone who's going to come in and probably start right away.
Who is this?
So I was talking about Troy Reader. He got swooped up.
Yeah, he's reuniting with Brandon Staley.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When Brandon Staley was there with the Rams, he had them as the number 1 unit in the league. So
yeah,
I mean, like he's just rebuilding this in his likeness. You know, he brings over J.C. Jackson. They got rid of Kaiser. Well, they let Kaiser White go, I should say. Yeah. And I guess Troy Reader is a Band-Aid, but he's not a bum at all either. He's legit.
So last year, he started 10 games for the Rams, 91 total tackles, 2 interceptions, 6 tackle for losses, and 4 QB hits. So he was IDP like a stud because you picked him up off the waiver wire, especially in redraft leagues. So he was someone who in the fantasy league was killing it last year in the fantasy world.
Yeah. It's always funny like that with IDP, huh? Because like it's going to be hard to chase that guy this year, but most people are sleeping on him anyway, so you'll still get him at a value. And but guys like that pop up every year. Like, I mean, Denzel Perryman, out of nowhere. Fucking, just here's what I think. I think there's something to it when they're a bad team with a bad offense, because when you're losing, people are going to keep running on you. You know what I mean? That's why it's amazing with Reader here. Because they weren't a bad team and they were winning most of those games. Like 90% of their games, they were winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's hard to win.
He's one of those guys who's just a sideline to sideline guy. So it kind of doesn't matter, what kind of game is being played. Like if it's like any kind of underneath work, he's
a ball hawk.
Yep. And John, what up, John? John Edwards says, what's up, guys? Would you be good with Debo for Dalvin Cook straight across? Thanks, guys. Be blessed. Superflex Dynasty. Okay, so
I want more. If I have Debo, I'm asking for more. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'd trade Dalvin Cook away straight up for Debo, but if I'm trading away Debo, I'd want more than Cook. I don't like that. I'd want to be on the Debo side of this.
Yeah, if I have Cook, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Because here's another thing too is I do like the system that's going to be in play over there in Minnesota. You got what's his name? O'Connell. Kenneth, was it Kenny O'Connell? Help me out here. Kevin O'Connell. There you go. Kevin O'Connell. He was the OC for Rams last couple years with Sean McVay. So if he emulates any type of similar system here, I like it. You know what I mean? But Dalvin Cook also, man, you got to have Alexander Madison one. And then you just got to be fully aware that this guy is a ticking time bomb for injury. And then he's 20. He's going to be 27 by the time the year starts.
So that's why if you're trading him away, you didn't really tell us what side you were on. Yeah. So I guess I'm not. That's why I'm down to trade away Cook for Debo straight up, but I would not trade away Debo for Cook straight up. So it just depends on what side of that you're on.
Yeah, like if I have Debo, I'm asking for a little more. I'm perusing his lineup. I'm looking at things. I'm looking at things that I need too, because I love a good old workhorse. There's not too many. Plus, like, if I can get a pick with it, if I can get Debo and a pick and maybe get a young running back in this next rookie draft, because, hey, that's one thing about in Dynasty, man, like, just like I'm in this league right now. There's a dude, I think we're in a slow draft, but we're like in the 12th round right now, maybe 13 by now, but this dude, 6 running backs straight. And they're all, and you know, and it's Jonathan Taylor, which is awesome. You know what I mean? It's Christian McCaffrey in the second round, which is right, but it's still awesome because it's second round Christian McCaffrey. But he's 25, turning 26. Then he gets Joe Mixon, which is awesome, 25, also turning 26 this August or July. Then he has Josh Jacobs, who I'm just not a fan of, really. You know what I mean? Then he goes Lenny Fournette, and then he goes and he had Montgomery. I'm sorry, Montgomery before Josh Jacobs. So he goes 6 running backs, and I'm like, this probably is really dope for him, but it's probably only dope for this year. You know what I mean? And he's fucked and died. Like running backs don't have long shelf life. Look at David Johnson, Todd motherfucking Gurley. We only really had 2 good years, maybe 2.5 good years of Todd Gurley.
Yep. Not everybody's AP, not everybody's LT. Like, I mean, usually you're getting just
not everybody's Zeke.
Not everybody's Zeke.
Zeke went what, 5 solid, or maybe 4 solid good years for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's going into year 7.
Oh yeah, John says I have Debo. I countered with 2.2 rookie pick also. Just don't even do that. Don't
go higher than that. Get a first round.
Yeah, You
tell him Dalvin Cook's age and Dalvin Cook's birthday. Tell him about the injury history. Be like, listen, bro, I'm taking on a lot of risk. You know what I mean? I'm giving you a top 3 receiver right now. Like you say all things that are true. Like, see, that's the thing was like people think, oh, you're trying to get over on me. I'm telling you truth. You know what I mean? Why would I come off of Debo for someone who's volatile as fuck and older and plays a volatile position? I'm cashing out on Debo.
King's ransom if you're going to get rid of Debo. If not, just hold. Because Dalvin Cook, what's he got left in him? Like 1 more, like really solid year? Maybe 2. I doubt it.
And then, like, if you're Kevin O'Connell, you're looking around the division. It's just you and Green Bay, right? So you're looking at and you just came from the Rams, a team that routinely got into the playoffs and just won the Super Bowl. You know what it takes. So I could even see them like managing Dalvin Cook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you really got to have Madison for real, because if they're not going to manage Dalvin Cook, he's going to go down eventually. You know what I mean? It's just, and listen, I hate speaking in certainty is path to the dark side, but listen, injuries, fuck those things. You know what I mean?
Yep, John, hell yeah, dude. And if you're looking to get into any other dynasty leagues, we got more dynasty leagues on the way. We just started another one. Draft started last night, and the next one is starting in like 2 weeks. So we're gonna do it like right after the NFL draft starts. But it's going to be super dope. You want to get in, just go to Patreon and get in the VIP crew with us in the 420 crew. It's patreon.com/FFHustler420.
Yes, sir.
All right. And let's see. Where are we going now? How about Brandon Cooks? He's staying in Houston. I mean, he's doing good either way, but I mean, it just you hate to see it. You hate to see it because I want more from him. He is so good. 2-year contract extension. He got 39.6 mil, so he got damn near 20 mil a year.
They're giving him they're doing what they're supposed to do because they actually believe in the Judge Davis Mills lanes. Let's get it on. Like, and that's what you do. You can't let a weapon that he actually had rapport with just walk. And then they're gonna go and draft like what's his name, a London or a motherfucking, any of these, a Traylon Burke, or they're gonna grab somebody in my version. Yeah. So because they're doing what you should do, put weapons around your young QB. A QB they believed enough in to go and grab with their first pick of 2020 or 2021, which was like in the 3rd round. Yeah, because they didn't have a first or a second from Bill O'Brien's madness with the David Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins shit, and all that, all the madness that he caused, right? So they grabbed the Judge Davis Mills lanes, and he flashed big time last year, bro.
Hell yeah!
I've been grabbing him as my 3rd or 4th QB in a lot of these dynasty startups, and I love it.
I know Davis Mills Lane, and their defense is getting better. That's the only thing that kind of sucks for them. But
it's Lovie Smith.
Yeah,
you know what? Lovie Smith, he probably looks at him and goes, "He's way better than Rex Grossman." And I got the Super Bowl with Grossman.
We could do this somehow. We could do it.
Yeah.
All right, another signing. So we got Calais Campbell, who is contemplating retirement because he is getting a little long in the tooth.
I was just about to say he's signing a new deal somewhere. I'm like,
he's coming back, re-signing with the Ravens. So, sticking with familiar territory. The Ravens need it because he's still been solid, even in his I think he's 31 or 32 now.
No, hell no. He's older than that.
How old is he?
Bro, he's got to be like 35. Come on, help me out here. Look that up.
Oh, shit. Yeah, he's turning 36 this year.
There you go. Come on. I was like, because he was about that age with Saxonville.
Yeah.
I mean, and then, he was, where else did he come? He came from Arizona. I mean? He was there for how long. He even went back to Arizona at one point.
Yep.
I mean, then he was just everywhere, bro. He was, even with the Jags, like he's effective, man. He just destroys that middle.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He just crashes down that interior line. That's all he has to do.
Yep.
Master swim.
Hell yeah. So he's coming back. Ravens need it. And then 2 other signings. I mean, kind of mediocre signings, but the Colts, they're signing Rodney McLeod, former Eagles safety. So, just getting some more depth over there. And then the Browns, they re-signed Ronnie Harrison. Man, he was someone I had such high hopes for. Like, man, we go backwards like 2 years. Ronnie Harrison was in my top 10 of DBs for Dynasty. Just young stud who was coming out being a starter. They get a whole bunch of safeties over there. I don't know what happened.
I mean, they definitely needed that motherfucker because, I mean, like their depth at DB, it just gets depleted it always happens to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think last year they're all their starters never played together more than like 2 games or something like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like I'm talking about the corners and their safeties. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, and he's someone. I mean, they re-signed him on the 1-year deal. I mean, I think he's only 25. So I mean, I think this is really just the end of his rookie contract. So we'll see what happens.
I think that was a cut re-sign, right?
No, he wasn't cut. Okay. And I mean, he wasn't. I don't think he didn't have a 5th-year option or anything like that. So I think that's what it was. That
okay, he was probably
he had the opportunity
like a 4th rounder.
Yeah, he had the opportunity to test free agency, and came back.
I mean, the Patriots. That's a guy the Patriots would have grabbed up, but they went after Jabril. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. Way better move. All right. Now, some shit for the Commanders. Okay. Commanders are on some shady shit over here. So apparently there's a whole bunch of evidence that they engaged in some unlawful financial conduct. And let's see what it actually says here. So I got the quotes. And according to the letter obtained by the Associated Press, the committee said that the team withheld ticket revenue from the visiting teams and and held refundable ticket deposits from season ticket holders. So now you're screwing over the ticket holders. And the committee said that the emails and documents and statements from the former employees indicate that the team executives and the owner, Dan Snyder, engaged in troubling, long-running, and potentially unlawful pattern of financial conduct. And the committee is sharing documents with the FTC while requesting the commission to take action, anything necessary to make sure that the money is returned to the rightful owners. So these billionaires are stealing from their fucking season ticket holders.
Well, here's the thing. It's not NFL games.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like whatever other games or events that they hold at the stadium. So that's probably why they got away with it for so long without the NFL noticing it. You know what I mean? But like, here's the thing, man. I mean, shit, bro. Are they on drugs, bro? Do they owe somebody money? Like, that sounds like a dope fiend thing to do. Like, you know what I mean? You're a billionaire.
They turn to the commanders, okay? And this is like commander in chief, right? Or some, I mean, we don't really know where the commander comes from, but it's pretty much like relating it to the government. And now you're stealing from people. So, I mean, I guess the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
How about this? I'm going to go biblical on you. You ready for this one?
Let's hear it.
The 10 Commandments says, thou shalt not steal. Hey, man, they're breaking the commandments, bruh.
Oh, man, Jay Levin already knows. He said they changed their name to get over on the feds.
Hey, man, hey, the D's are always watching, bruh. You know what I mean? And you know what? You know what's happening now is that somebody on the inside got popped, and now he's telling on everybody, bruh.
Yeah, I wonder where the leak actually came from, but yeah, man, they need to make this motherfucker just.
Okay, I know where the leak came from. The leak came from a former employee who did the books. He resigned and was like, he probably don't want his name involved in that shit because it's probably going to hit the fan. So the way they were doing it was like, if they charge $20 a ticket, you know what I mean? They're getting like $11 or $9 out of that shit. You know what I mean? They're reporting it as sold as like for 11 or whatever, you know what I mean? Not 20. That's, you know, so this is the IRS. And if anybody knows, man, you can't take down the mob except for unless you're the IRS. You know what I mean? That's always how they get those motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Jay said one of them cheerleaders, maybe, because you know Snyder was trying to do some sneaky shit with the cheerleaders. Maybe she heard some shit when she was like in the room or something. Like, who the hell knows? And he said you decorated the new crib quick. Hell yeah, I mean, I had all the shit up on the wall.
He seems like he has little man syndrome, Snyder, right? So I can imagine, you know, he's getting a fellatio from one of the cheerleaders, and like he starts talking all this big talk, like, yeah, we get, they don't even know we getting them, and this, you know what I mean? I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe my version's better, and I've been watching a lot of Tarantino content lately, so everything to me, I'm always like trying to go over the top with it, you know what I mean? But he was definitely getting fellatio from one of those cheerleaders, and then you know what I mean? She threatened to blow the whistle. Then the ledger. The guy who handles the ledgers, he resigns. He's like, fuck this. I ain't going to the Pinta way. You know what I mean?
What up, Will? What's going on? He said, whose house? Ram's house. Man, you just keep riding that wave, bro. I'm in a dynasty startup, and I just swooped Matt Stafford.
You did that?
With the 2-1 right after Trey Lance was taken.
You took that motherfucking, you took my guy, bro.
Got him.
Hey, I'll give you Josh Allen for Stafford and your next 9 picks.
And Anthony, what up, bro? He said I have a lot of dynasty.
So is that a no?
Oh, I mean, yeah, man, that was just shelved. That was just right out of there. A lot of dynasty shares of DJ Moore. With the QB situation unlikely to improve anytime soon, is it worth hanging on to him to see what happens, or better to cut the losses?
Unless you could package him up and bring back some grande, because DJ Moore just got paid. So
who was Darnold's favorite target, hands down? DJ Moore. He was feeding them.
Hey, what do I call it? I call Sam Darnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, aka Safe Space Sam. He everything in his little safe space right here, and that's where DJ Moore lives. Keeps everything close. CMC, DJ Moore, they should be eating a lot. But hey, man, I'm ambitious. Let's go get Baker over there for DJ Moore. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Hey, they might get Malik Willis for all we fucking know. You know what I mean? Hey, Kenny Pickett. I don't care. It's gonna be anyone they bring over there. A ham sandwich. He is better than Sam Darnold. So I like a young outlook. The outlook for a young DJ Moore. Like I said, I'm not opposed to moving anyone though. Everybody's for sale. But I'm saying people aren't going to view him as anything more than something you throw in a package. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's why you got to hold. And I mean, I know we're a couple years removed, from this. You probably got to go back to like 2019-ish.
Yeah, with Cam Newton.
Maybe it was 2020, but like DJ Moore was like going as like the number 1 or 2 dynasty wide receiver. So we're a couple years removed from that. But, in the right situation, which I think Darnold is for him.
It was 2018.
2018, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, 2018 was his fire season, so it was like 2019.
Well, I mean, that was 2018 was his rookie year, but I'm saying there was a lot of hype on him. But you know what though? That was my first year in Dynasty, and I just might have been that guy, like, oh, I'm hyped. That's how I remember it. You know what I'm saying? Because I love and hate DJ Moore. Like, if I can get DJ Moore from a disgruntled manager for the low, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
But like, if you're selling him, like I just said, most managers that want to acquire a DJ Moore is because they know the managers that has him is disgruntled. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So don't sell him for pennies on the dollar. I mean, it's not even worth selling them right now because it's not a seller's market for DJ Moore.
I would look at my team and see what I need. Whatever position I need, I'm taking another piece like decent, or maybe take DJ Moore and then another piece that I'm not even going to use, or maybe look at that person's team that has what you need and see that you have something that they need, and then pair that with DJ Moore. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I might be inclined to take a draft pick, like a second round rookie draft pick, put it with DJ Moore and go after one of my needs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, say I need tight end. I might go after him, try to buy Waller right now while he's coming off a bad year. Or if I need a running back, maybe I'll go try to buy who's a good buy low right now. Maybe I'm ambitious. I go try to buy low on CMC, Dalvin Cook. I'm like, you know what I mean? If it's a need for my team.
Yeah.
Needs are what you need. You know what I mean? Like having an abundance of a position is when you can make trades. But if you don't have an abundance of things, that means you have needs.
Hell,
you know what I'm saying? Gotta get needs.
I can't wait to see what I need here in a couple rounds. So you guys tell me, what do you guys think about this? So we're in a brand new dynasty startup, another hustler league, and so I ended up with the 12th pick. Now it's a 3rd round reversal. So in a 3rd round reversal, just literally think of it, just flip flopping. So the number 12 pick has the 3-1 also. So I got 3 picks inside the top 25. And TD came beating on my door for that 112. I think he knew that Trey Lance was going to start being on people's radars really soon, and that he wasn't going to make it back to his pick at the.
Or he's really big on Trey Lance.
Well, I think it's both. I think it's both.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
so he knows that I like going QBs, and I probably would have went 2 QBs with my first 2 picks. I mean, I don't know. I didn't have to think too much. So TD offers me for my 112, his 3rd round pick, his 4th round pick, and his 6th round pick. And so I ended up taking that. So now I gave up the 112, but now I have 2 picks in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th. And then I swooped on Matt Stafford. So I still got the one QB that I really, really, really wanted there. Like, no matter what, that I was going to take if he was there. Because I knew it wouldn't get any better than him at this point. Was Stafford. Yeah.
Yeah, and then maybe hope Prescott. But he goes right before you. And then it's like, I said it in my head. He's like, he's going to take he's going to take Stafford and maybe Jefferson. That's what I pinned you doing. You know what I mean?
Yep. 9 QBs went in the first 10 picks.
Where did Jefferson go yet?
Or I mean, wait, no. No, he has not as of now.
Yeah, because it's really only what Jamar Chase and Taylor in the first round, right?
So Najee ended up going at the
Najee.
111. Najee went at the 111.
There it is.
So I messed up. So it was eight in the first 10, and then 9 out of the first 12. 10 picks, 10 QBs gone out of the first 13 picks. But if you're starting a dynasty league in these super flexes, you got to have a QB. You cannot get screwed and not have a QB1.
You'd be screwed for years.
Yeah.
And then it's like, say it happens to you like by injury, or like you just wait and you're stuck with like, there's some guys in this other league, man. I just took a 4th QB because I'm like, I'm gonna squeeze the juices on one of these motherfuckers, because I'm like, there's a dude, he has Lamar Jackson, then he has 3 tight ends because he's like, it's tight end premium. But he has like Kelsey, Andrews, and Kittle. And I'm like, he's gonna come up off of one of them eventually for me. You know what I mean? In one of these leagues, because I try to do different things in each one. In one of them, I just went QB crazy. Like, I swear I have like 6 of the top 32, like QBs or some shit like that. Yeah. I mean, shit. Listen, because those are a hot commodity.
Yeah.
And they don't come by. Okay, let's play this game real quick. How many QBs last year? That was the Lance. Okay, Lawrence, Wilson, Lance.
You had 6 last year.
You had 6. Okay.
The top 5, and then you have to throw in Mills, but he wasn't considered in the top 5 hype.
No. Okay, so out of that first round, I'd say they all still have a high ceiling. So that's probably one of the best classes we've saw.
No, that is the best class that has ever come out. I want to say, like, ever, because there's never been 6 QBs that have come out and been like good, like right away, or at least decent.
I mean, because then let's go back the year before that. Burrow, Herbert, Tua. I think 2 out of the 3. And then now Tua might show up. Tua might show us that he's still that boy. They got him Tyreek Hill, and he's in a better system. He's not on a defensive-minded team now.
Now you got Mike McDaniel over there getting all those weapons around him.
But see, that's only 3. Then you gotta go. Then you gotta go all the way back. If you what's it, 19? Yeah, Danny Dumbass, right?
Yeah,
you got Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
Kyler Murray. So that's a even that I can argue is like
go to 2018 is better than that with the Josh Allen year, right?
I mean, because look at rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins, and shout out to Danny Dumbass, right? And then it was and then Kyler Murray. Those are only really the 3 like highly touted guys. You know what I mean? Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Was like a 2nd rounder. You know what I mean?
Seeing like you have to go all the way back to 2004 to where you can say there was 3 guys that lasted like 10 years.
Yeah. Because it's very rare. I mean, and then like you said, the 2018, you have Baker, Darnold, Josh Allen. Who am I missing? Baker, Darnold, Josh Allen, Jewish Josh Rosen.
Yep.
Who else was there? I mean, but Lamar Jackson.
There you go.
It's really Lamar. I mean, I guess 3 out of those 5 are like, but it might even just be 2 out of those 5 if Baker falls to the woodwork of like being a backup this year and no one really gives him a chance next year.
Yeah.
Because there's a good chance that the Browns don't give a fuck if they don't trade him away. They'll be like, shut up, Baker. You're getting $18 million. You're going to be our backup just in case Watson gets suspended.
Yep. Because, I mean, shit, if he ends up going into Mitch Trubisky, territory, which, being a backup right after your first QB, or your first rookie deal. Oh, and Antonio said Sam Darnold. There's another one. Where was Sam Darnold? Was that 20?
The Jet? Yeah, 2018. I just said Baker. It went Baker, Darnold, Josh Allen. They traded up to the 11 spot or the 10 spot,
9,
I think.
9.
Oh, 9. Yes. And then because Arizona supposedly was looking at him too. So then they jumped up. And they had already jumped up. Arizona had. They jumped up and were sitting there at 10. So Buffalo jumps right in front of them. And it fucking takes. Oh, no, they didn't trade up. Buffalo was sitting there. Yeah. And then they got Josh Rosen 10th overall, Arizona. And Arizona knew what's up. They were like, we're just going to cut our losses. And we got the number 1 pick. We're going Kyler Murray the next. You know what I mean? They fucking did that.
That's how bad fucking Rosen was, man. That's crazy. And then how bad is it?
How bad are these experts? They were saying Josh Rosen was the most NFL ready guy that year.
Right. Boy,
I will say in Josh Rosen's defense, he had the number 32 ranked offensive line with the Cardinals that year. And then when they traded him for a 2nd round pick to the Dolphins the next year, what was it? They had the 32 ranked offensive line.
Devin, what up, bro? What up, silly white boy? He said, I thought Rosen was the next A-Rod. Man.
Because that's what they were saying. They were saying Josh Rosen is the next A-Rod. He's the most. They were saying that shit.
And so question.
Had Mitch, people go to the year before that, 2017. People had Mitch Trubisky as the number 1 guy on most of their big boards.
So who else came out that year? I mean, that was the Mahomes and Watson.
Mahomes, Watson.
This is 2017, right?
Yeah. Hold on. There was a few more. Hold on. There was a few more highly touted.
Deshaun Kaiser, like he was the one.
Deshaun Kaiser was like, he was there like he's a value guy. Like, and was it Paxton Lynch? Oh my God, how ugly as fuck was that class? Like, really? Yeah. I mean, it's really just about Mahomes and Watson. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Trubisky flopped like a
motherfucker. Trubisky?
Oh, it was the Nathan Peterman year.
Oh, the Nathan Peterman. Oh, shout out to Blitz with Blake. He fucking loves Nate P.
That shit's fucking funny. Yep. And let me see. What the hell was I going to say? I totally just spaced right there. I don't know what the hell I was going to say.
You were saying something in classic Bogard fashion. I cut you off because I wanted to say something stupid.
But yeah, either way, we've definitely saw last year being the best QB class.
Oh, you said you got to go all the way back somewhere.
Well, it was 2004 to where like you had like 3 QBs that were like solidified in the year for, I mean, more than 5 years plus. I mean, shit. You look at like Andrew Luck. I mean, because he left, he kind of screwed up that, the guy who could have been the next generational.
I mean, it was him. It was RG3 and it was Andrew Luck, RG3, and then later on you had Russ and Corky Kirk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Kirk Cousins, 7th round draft pick.
I mean,
having the first guaranteed contract in the NFL.
Hey, listen, Corky Kirk don't fuck around, bro.
Ryan Tannehill was in that year. Russell Wilson.
Oh, there you go. And
was
Kaepernick.
In that year.
And Cap. And Cap.
Oh,
Kaepernick.
Was he even drafted?
He was in that class, though, or he was in that year.
Okay, so but free agent.
I think he was. I don't know. Free agent? I don't even know why I don't know this right now. I mean, I do smoke a lot of weed and do a lot of designer drugs, but.
Let's see.
I swear he was drafted.
Nope. He was drafted. He was drafted 2nd round in 2011.
Yeah.
So it was the year before.
Okay, so I was wrong. I was double wrong.
So here you go, though. I mean, this was actually a really good class. I mean, you got Andrew Luck, RG3, Ryan Tannehill, Russell Wilson, Brandon Whedon, Nick Foles, Brock Osweiler, Kirk Cousins, Case Keenum. Oh,
hey, the Queso, he got to a title game, bro. So I shout out to the Case.
I mean, shit. And Nick Foles, out of all these guys, you wouldn't think would be the second QB to win a Super Bowl out of all these guys.
I was about to say, out of all those things, the little workshop we were doing right here, this is the only class that has Super Bowl winners, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes in 2018. Because, I mean, who else?
Yeah, it's all fucking Brady. Like, that's why. Like, how many?
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Look at all those names we just named. We went through all the years of all the high prospects, and there was only 3 Super Bowl winning motherfuckers in there.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Damn, that's kind of cool, actually.
But Brady's about to be gone, so when Brady's gone, then all those things change.
You know what's funny is I can't wait till Brady leaves, and then he starts talking shit like, "Yeah, now all you pussies can have a chance," because he's like the bad, and he's like a dictator. Not only is he good, but everybody, he knows how to. Everything works in his favor because of who he is. You know what I mean?
You remember when Brady went on the Peyton and Eli Monday night, watch party, and he's talking shit about the NFL defenders, like just as a whole, how they all suck.
Yeah. I mean, because he, like, I always envision this for Brady is that like when all these guys are like 2-3 years in it, they go, yeah, the game's really slowed down for him, and like Josh Allen, like, oh, the game really slowed down for him, and this, blah blah blah. He took the 3rd year leap, blah, blah, blah. Listen, if you multiply that by how long Brady's in there, this motherfucker sees everything like the Matrix, bro.
Fucking Brady. And Antonio said, I can't think of it. Who's the second QB the Redskins took after RG3? It was Kirk Cousins.
It was Kirk Cousins.
In the 7th.
Come on.
They pay up like crazy for RG3. That was one of the biggest trades.
RG3, he was already holding up the Rams jersey and everything. He was holding that shit up, and then they're like, hold up. What's that? And they're like, all right. Then they announced it. The motherfuckers had traded for RG3.
It was a shit ton that they traded for him. And then they picked Kirk Cousins in the 7th round. I wonder if that whole the GM or whoever made that decision, like how long they were kicking themselves for that.
Well, see, here's the thing. That was a Snyder move.
Yeah.
Snyder came down, told the GM, this is what we're finna do. And that was the beginning riff. That was the beginning riff with Mike Shanahan, because it was, remember, he was there with his son. And Kyle was the OC. And they did not want anything to do with RG3.
Yeah. Bogey in the Matrix. Oh, man, we got to get, hopefully Bogey comes back quick on this, because this is a good question, Jaws. Aside from Jamarcus and Leaf, biggest first-round flop, Couch, Akili. Give me some other names. It's crazy because Akili Smith, he's actually from San Diego, and when I used to be in these clubhouse rooms, in the app clubhouse, he used to be in there because just connected to some of the like Mitchy Slick, if you guys know him, and a couple other like big names in San Diego. They were putting on a clubhouse, and I was gonna get him on the podcast, but I don't know. He's got a lot of shit going on. He's just a little bit too busy with all the training and shit that he's got going with these QBs in San Diego. But I'm trying to think, like, because RG3, like, that shit fucking sucked. I mean, Vince Young, another one. I mean, a guy who wins Rookie of the Year, and then the rest of his career just kind of goes to shit. And I don't know if, like, because the system sucks so much that's like, would they be considered a bust because of the system? So I mean, shit, Jared Goff. I mean, he's been a huge bust. So far being the number 1 overall pick. Who are some other ones? Shit. I mean, every QB that the Browns have ever taken in the first round has like been a flop, and they've taken so many in the first round, over these last 20 years. Here we go. EJ Manuel, Geno, Vince Young. And EJ Manuel, probably because, I mean, he didn't really last too long. I mean, Geno, at least he lasted a few years, and then, but then getting, all that drama with the Jets where he, what was it? It was not giving someone their money for like showing up to his camp or like some shit like that. Then he gets like, then he gets his shit like knocked out by one of his teammates. But there's let's see who are. Yeah, we'll be workshopping these kind of things. Steezy in the building. What up? Bogey just had to go in the Matrix real quick, but I'm sure he'll be back real soon. And but one thing that we're going to be doing that is going to be really, really dope here. So if you guys haven't seen, Ricky Williams was on the show last month in March at the beginning of the month. Go check out that video because it's super dope. It's on YouTube. And he's going to be coming back on the show. It's going to be like a monthly thing where he's coming back, and we're going to be breaking down like astrology and like the top fantasy football players. And so for this this next episode that he's going to be coming on, we're hopefully it's good. It's going to be within a week or two. We're just we're booking him. I'm working with his lady who runs his life and does all his bookings and everything right now, and we're going to be figuring out like all the different similarities or whatever, you know, just everything coming into play with astrology and the QB position. So we got the 10 QBs, the top 10 QBs every single year for the last 10 years. And we're going to be breaking down how astrology has kind of like, you know, intertwined with all that. So that's going to be super dope. So be on the lookout for that.
My bad. I had to take that phone call real quick. Hey, no, before I went into the Matrix, you were saying you're gonna bring something up when I get back.
Oh, so yeah. Here we go. Hold on. Where was it? From Jaws. He said, aside from Jamarcus and Leaf, who's the biggest first round flop? And I'm assuming at the QB position. He said Couch, Akili, EJ Manuel, Gino. I said Vince Young. That was
well, Gino was a second day. Gino was a second day guy.
Okay,
but,
so he wasn't even a first rounder.
Yeah, but it was hilarious though, because he was there in like a green. He was there in like a nice suit in the green room, and then he didn't get drafted. He was hella mad the first day.
That would suck being in the green room and then not being, you know, drafted on the first day. Like that's your agent's like fuck up, right?
You know what sucks is that they have to be PC, because if I'm in the green room, why isn't it natural? Like, especially like this year, if the draft's in Vegas, like, yo, they're gonna be turned. Why aren't they drinking? If they're of age, why can't you do that? Oh, because there's a bad character judgment. I think it's worse character if they have to be fake all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, cause then that'd be cool. And you might be even that much feel better. Like, it's cool, man. Tomorrow, bro. Yeah, you're right, bro. They just be in there faded. You know what I mean? Like, because they be in there fucking irritated as fuck. Like, man, they look like they need a drink.
Yeah. Well, I mean, really, the alcohol is probably not because of what they're going to be doing. It's probably what the possibility of how much bad shit could they do, how much fucked up shit could they say while they're fucking drunk.
It's a good point, huh?
Yeah. It's better that you just don't do shit.
Has anyone ever walked up to Goodell and slapped his ass or anything like that?
I doubt it. Someone, you remember the Wayans brothers back in the day? Remember how Marlon used to
he'd always be like, what's up, man? What's up? He'd always
getting, you know, grabbing their head and shit, you know, and like, you all right, baby, you all right? And then slapping them on the ass, you know, shit like that. Someone should do that to Goodell. That should be funny as hell.
See, because that guy, though, if that guy that does that guy's drinking on the low.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, he's in there tight. Whoa, Goodell. It's like better than graduating. You know, when you shake that motherfucker's hand, they give you the diploma. I mean, I wouldn't know because I never, you know what I mean? I graduated from a different school. You know what I mean? But, I mean, like, listen, you made it to the NFL. You know what I mean? I'd pop champagne right there, bro.
Hell yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait. We're gonna see how turned they really are.
Yeah, I mean, you right, man. You finna be there. That's right. You are there.
Yeah. So we're gonna be. We already talked about how we're gonna be doing our power hour, you know, before the draft and all that kind of shit. And so I'm actually gonna be at the draft, and so I'll have my phone there, and I'll be recording, you know, from there. I'll have my headset on, so I'll be able to hear everything, you know, that's being said and stuff. But it's gonna be dope. I'm excited.
Yeah.
2 weeks away. 2 weeks away.
Yeah, from today, right? Or 2 weeks
tomorrow.
Away from tomorrow.
Yeah. So I'm only going day one.
So it does start Thursday.
Yeah, the first round is Thursday.
Yeah, that's the only one you need to be at.
Yeah, fuck the other ones.
Yeah,
and it's the shortest one, and we only care about the first rounders, you know, really, anyways.
Okay, you ready? Okay, how about this? I just want to throw things like this fantasy in the shockwaves, you know what I'm saying? Because I'll be trying to brush up, obviously, because we're all in these dynasty leagues and shit like that. And like, plus, you can't avoid a lot of these names that people talk about. But like, a lot of people got Brees Hall, a lot of experts. And this isn't just fantasy. This like it's a lot of fantasy guys. They have them going where they want to go in fantasy.
Yep.
But these ESPN guys, these NFL Network guys, and the who's who of CBS Sports and all, they got Brees Hall going to Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? Another consensus got like Kenneth Walker going to like Arizona, which is fucking nasty. But it's like they're all these guys that are like they're going to be incumbent guys. You know what I mean? They got to wait behind somebody that's being paid. So just by contract alone, they're going to get the first crack at this thing. And if you got to shake them. You know what I mean? Like circa Melvin Gordon, Javonte. Look how annoying as fuck that was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like people got Isaiah Spiller going to the Bengals. And like it makes sense because you have an aging running back who's being paid a lot of money. And like when I say aging is because he's going to be 20, he's going to go into the year at 26. Historically, the running backs fall off at this age. You know what I mean? So in redraft, we don't give a fuck. But in dynasty, you start to think about some of these things. You know what I mean? But like they got Isaiah Spiller going in there. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. I'm like, what is? And then when you start to think about, but there really is no open spaces for some running backs to land where you're like, hell yeah, he's gonna be the guy. Like even if he lands in Atlanta, say a running back lands in Atlanta, would you say, oh shit, no, they still got Corduroy that's being paid? You know what I mean? So at least he's gonna get the first crack at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Here's my spicy pick.
Okay.
For Brees Hall. I got him going to the New Orleans Saints with one of their first 2 picks. They got the picks in the top.
I mean, they got they got the guy who's already over the hill, quote unquote. Hey, everybody check it out. Going to be available in the next 48 hours or 24 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that one will be dropping Thursday, our Over the Hill Dynasty Talk.
Yep, you know what I mean? Where we actually talk about whether or not Alvin and the Chipmunks is over the hill. You know what I mean? And listen, you can't be Alvin without some Chipmunks, bro. They might draft another motherfucking Chipmunk, bro.
They got 2 in the first round, so they could go offense, defense. I mean, they could go.
They're going to go tackle, I think. Best tackle, right? And
they could with that 16th.
Then I would say receiver. But it is the same system. It's the same system. It's still going to be, I think his name is I forgot his name, man. The offensive coordinator that got promoted to play caller too. You know what I mean? With Sean Payton gone.
Pete Carmichael.
Carmichael. There you go. I kept in my head. I kept saying McCarthy. I was like, this is not right. Yes, Carmichael. So Carmichael, if they do which I assume they're gonna do everything the same, the running back would be more important to get than the receiver because you still have Michael Thomas, and they love their Deontay Harris's and their Traquan Smith. They just love those guys over there for some fucking reason. You know what I mean?
And what if Alvin Kamara is actually going to get suspended for a couple games? I mean, that's even more of an incentive.
And Tony Jones ain't it either.
He's definitely no Sharon Stone.
He's definitely no Sharon Stone, bro.
And Emil says Brees Hall will go to the Cardinals or Buffalo. I mean, two other teams.
I would love that. But be like the Cardinals one, it's not like they broke a big old bag on James Conner. So this is definitely in play. And then Singletary is like, I guess for the last 6 weeks of the year, they gave him like 18 carries a game. They never used to do that with him. I mean, does that carry on? Or maybe they like that a lot? And they're like, we need a guy that can really hold this up, for the long haul. And that would be like a Brees Hall. I just don't think he falls that far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, the Eagles might fuck around and get him. Don't the Eagles got – oh, no, the Eagles gave up. They got 2 picks, right? They got the 19 and they –
hold on.
They got the 19 and like the 20-something, right? No, that is that their original pick? The original pick was 19. They got the Saints 18 now. Because I know they had multiple, unless that was one.
No, see, they traded out of that. They only have 1.
Yeah, because they gave it to they got a first round for next year's class, which I think is because they're going to target that QB class also and let Hurts run it back right here. You know what I mean?
Right. So they kept the highest one that they had, which was the 15, and then they traded the 16 and 19 to
the 18. To 18, and then all the rest of the picks, like next year's first and then and third and whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah. So they do have two. They got the 15.
They have two. Hey, they might get Brees Hall, bro.
And seeing that was another one.
Like they might go tackle. The Eagles were the most rushingest team last year with a rookie head coach. So that means this is what he's gonna do. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? He came in there. He's from the Frank Reich coaching family tree, and he's gonna run like hell. You know what I mean?
What the hell, Jaws? He said I had to unsub from that dude that started BDGE, kept doing videos with the shirts off. What the hell?
And you know what's annoying is like the welcome bike. That annoying. Like I stopped watching him years ago because of that alone.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Like it was just, it's so corny and it's not. I don't know, but you know what though? People like corny shit. I'm just not one of the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I said he's messing with my YouTube suggestions. And said almost took a babysitting job at a yacht in San Diego Harbor. He said, but I stuck with the college thing. I wish I could have done that. He said because I love downtown there. And I mean, it's only better now. I mean, you know, the nightlife.
You probably would have fucked a gang of women.
I remember there was one year where I actually lived downtown. It was actually pretty dope because I was cool with like the head of security at one of the clubs down there and just used to walk through the side door. That was pretty cool for a while. What up, Sir Bong's alive?
Yo, hey. I forgot we got like some top secret shit going on real quick. So I gotta dip out. You know what I mean? But we did run long though. This was a great show.
Oh yeah, we're getting out of here. Yeah. So this is the only live stream that we got going this week. Playmakers will be back next week. But we got some uploaded videos. I'm gonna do a live premiere. So Thursday and Friday should be about the same time that we start FNT, like 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern, and then I'll be in the live chat and stuff. But yeah, it's videos with me, Spencer, and Bogey. The one dropping tomorrow is going to be Dynasty Talk, players that may or may not be over the hill. And then on Friday,
when you see us on there, we're wearing the same clothes, not because we recorded it in the same day and split it into 2. And we just wore the same clothes days in a row.
Yeah. And then the one on Friday, that's going to be the Dynasty Talk, the Change My Mind. And we're going to be shitting on some players. That was fun. And then it's up to the other guys to change our mind on those players. That shit was pretty fun.
Yeah, that one's coming back. That one's when we're going to run back.
Hell yeah.
Back a lot.
Oh, yeah. And Sir Bong's Lot said would have went from babysitting to baby daddy. And on that note, we're out of here. Peace.
Sure, peace.
As I make my way, the fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame is no surprise. I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to waste. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
In the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your work sure would help a lot.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of East Side.